Thank you for joining me again in part 3 of our 7-part series in leadership. If you guys really enjoy this, please click the like button and click subscribe. You know the deal. It really helps with the algorithm and it helps me to help more people just like yourself. I was once just a physical therapist working in a private practice, became a clinical director, eventually jumped out on my own, started in the 3rd bedroom of my house, and just went from there. But I can tell you the biggest factor in the success of my professional career was understanding the idea that physical therapy school did not prepare me on how to be a good leader, did not prepare me on private practice ownership in any way, shape, or form. It literally was engineered by design to allow me to leave school as an entry-level clinician. And then lo and behold, we all find ourselves in private practice and we're wondering why we're not taking vacations and we're not having work-life balance like all of our staff want. I'm here to help solve all that for you by going into concepts like this and helping people who join Meg Academy. So let's talk about leadership part 3. The 3rd concept here for great success in leadership is communication. I think that goes without saying. If you're not a good communicator and you can't bring about agreement in others, then it's going to be really hard for people to get anything done, let alone follow you into battle or follow you into the journey and vision that you've created for this practice. So if you want to really succeed as a private practice owner because you've decided, hey, I want to be a cause, I want to hold the steering wheel, I want to decide my course of life, then you need to understand the key elements for effective communication. They are as such. Number 1, articulate concisely, clearly what's needed and wanted without sugarcoating, without fluff and stuff, such that the other person can most easily duplicate what you're saying. Duplication means I completely hear, can follow, and can replicate what you've said. Now that's just duplication. Key element number 2 in good effective communication is understanding. Say things in a way and in a manner and in an order that they can understand what it is, the intent, the purpose, the mission, the reasoning for what it is you're saying and doing. Communication has to have some thought behind it. It can't just be saying things for the sake of saying things. We all know those people that don't let you get a word in edgewise. It's very difficult to be around. If you're a successful leader, it's because you communicate in a concise, organized, uniform manner that somebody can replicate through duplication, but they can also understand what's behind it, the principles, the integrity, the meaning, the purpose, the intentions behind that communication. Then hold in reciprocation. Make sure that if I'm communicating to somebody, I want to say, so do you understand what I mean by that? Repeat back to me if you don't mind, so I understand that you understand what we're talking about. Give me a few examples of how that would be if you're going to go ahead and apply that out there in the gym or do this in the office or if you're going to execute this phone call or handle this spreadsheet. What is it we're going to have as an end result of those efforts, of those tasks, those duties, your time spent on it? Make sure you hold in that accountability for full execution. Super important. And that they can replicate what it is you're saying. Now we've got communication in a full loop. We've said something, they've duplicated it, they can fully understand it to the point that they can originate back to you exactly what the intentions, reasoning, and purpose is for doing it. Communication. Oftentimes, in lots of the training, not mine, but I've learned from other trainings that I've done, other aspects of coaching I've done, that communication can be in many ways the universal resolution to all problems. It can be the actual ingredient to solving 99% of all the problems you're going to run into with staff and in private practice. Effective, clear, fully duplicatable, replicatable, and understandable communication. One of the things that will hold you back from being effective is this idea that you're not supposed to be saying something that somebody else doesn't want to hear. That goes back to our part 2, confront, in this series. If you want to be able to confront people in a more effective way, in a more purposeful way, go back and watch that part 2 in this leadership series. Learn the elements of confront. Without confront, you cannot be an effective communicator. You will constantly try to wiggle around things. And when you do that, you don't look transparent. You don't look like you have a principle. You look like you're just trying to say what you think the other person wants to hear. That is going to water you down in terms of your effectiveness, and that is not going to build you up in terms of a leader. So a good leader has high confront and excellent communication to bring about group agreement and bring about effective organization and duplication so that people can replicate the actual direction and strategic plan that you have for this practice. So that's part 3. I hope you guys really enjoy what we're doing here, and I hope this affects you in a positive way in running your practice and your ability to get along and work along with the people in your group.